Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Welcome to the show, guys. I'm not sure if all the stream links and everything are working properly on Discord right now. I've noticed there is some sort of a glitch of, let's see what happens. I see Ennis here. Awesome, my brother. Nice to see you here. It's going to be a very, very quick stream. The reason is I've actually only got 18% battery on this laptop. Been very busy today, running around everywhere. I had uni in the morning, didn't charge the laptop last night. Plus I've been actually observing the charts pretty much all day, solely because remember we had the ETF launch today. So it was pretty simple to double check if what time it was. So I did continuously check on my mobile phone. And also I was actually doing a hotspot because the what do you call this, the internet in the university was not the best. No, it wasn't the best at all. So I kind of gave up on it. I said, I'm just going to run my own hotspot and see what happens. But let me quickly see what the time is in in USA right now, because that's how I was tracking it. I said, okay, let me see the time. What is the time over there right now, and follow the market. This is how I was able to know how many hours was remaining, right? So let's have a quick look and see what's going on right now. Give me a second, because there has been a few things. Hold on. Let's have a quick search and see. So now it's 9:39. That means the ETF would have launched. Okay, the ETF would have definitely launched. But we can see the bulls came back in, and bulls just said, screw you, this is not happening. In fact, today on the daily, even on the 4-hourly, this is on a 4-hourly, what you can see is the bulls came in and created a brand new local high, which is at 63,294. Guys, we're not far. Remember, the previous all-time high that we have is sitting at 64,898. So we're so close, and I think the bulls just said, you know what, screw you, we don't give a damn about your ETF, we don't give a damn about anything, we're just going to continue. Now, I know the narrative is a lot of people are saying how everything may be something to do with the ETF. People may be anticipating how the ETF is going to be great. Listen, I'll tell you one thing, right? Maybe people who are not educated enough, people who do not understand the market, maybe possibly those people are anticipating that. But people who are knowledgeable, people who understand, people who see certain things, right? They obviously they understand that this ETF is just paper money. It's just a bunch of numbers. It has nothing to do with the real Bitcoin. We need a real Bitcoin ETF. None of this nonsense, right? So I'm going to read some of these messages. Let's see. Ennis says, no worries, man. At least you show up. Awesome, my brother. I try my best, honestly. Even if I had to, I'll tell you, if my laptop battery completely died, I would have just done it from the mobile phone. I would have literally done a live stream from my mobile phone, bro. Trust me. Yamvi's on fire. Awesome, brother. I love that. And he says, bro, fucker Yami, no sub. I'm sure he's subscribed. Fix if sub. No, you can't. Look, you can't send messages if you're not a subscriber. He's not a member, but he's a subscriber, because remember that I've turned on chat for subscribers only. So that means if you're not a subscriber, you can't type anything. So he is subscribed. Guys, calm down, okay? But yes, cool. Listen, keep it nice and everything. But so far, market's looking top, right? Market's looking really good. It's another higher high. Everything looking very, very good. Market total market cap also pumping hard as well. So if you look carefully, you can see the total market cap also pumping. Of course, it didn't do what we did the other day, because we remember we went to the 2.6 trillion dollars, right? Here you can see 2.6. Of course, we didn't go as high as that. But bro, I mean, look at it. It's a higher high. Do you know what? We ain't complaining, right? We got a higher high. We had a lower high and we got a higher high. Everything is awesome. Market's looking fantastic. This is looking banging. I ain't complaining, right? And I think I will now definitely go in and, guys, change this date where I said reversal expected on the 18th. Guys, we've met the 18th. So far so good. Of course, whether we reversed or not, that's not the point. The point is we succeeded in holding that line. I think that's that's the bigger thing as well. And of course, if I did want to really complicate things and say, do you know what, I can twist this a little bit and say, well, guess what we did on the 18th, right? And I can flip this a little bit, right? And I can say, look, on the 18th we created a higher high on the weekly, so of course we had a reversal. I'm not going to take that, guys. If I wanted to, I can accept that, and I can say, right, that's credit I'm going to take. We did create a higher high on the weekly. Look at this, is the higher than anything else we've ever seen. So my prediction was correct. Of course, I didn't predict anything I projected. And ultimately, you know, we want to be humble and say, look, guys, end of the day, we held the market. That is a lot more bigger than actually doing anything. So whether it reverses or not, it doesn't matter. So you guys have realized, right? When it says subscriber only chat, means you gotta be subscribed to chat. Very simple. You can be subscribed for a second, it doesn't matter, but you have to be a subscriber to be able to use the chat. You can subscribe and unsubscribe, and guess what? You won't be able to chat. Only subscribers can chat. So let's see how that works out. So far so good. So yeah, guys, I wouldn't really bother too much. Remember, Wednesday is going to be a good day for all of us, right? Wednesday is going to be a good day. Now let's have a look at the dominance. Looking chock-a-block. I ain't complaining about any of this. You know, when people moan about how dominance is high, it's going to be bad for the market. No, dominance high will continue and carry the market. So I ain't complaining about the dominance either. Absolutely fine. No complaints here. We can see how the dominance high has given Ethereum a chance to now come back and actually find some support and try and bounce, because it did create a few. You can see on a daily created this lower low, right? So we're trying to attempt back again and come back to this, and hopefully we can cancel all of this out. And this is all thanks to the dominance. Nobody's giving credit to the Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin is carrying the market, right? The bull market continues when Bitcoin continues. If Bitcoin goes down today, this bull market doesn't even exist. So far looking good. Ethereum on $3,800. Awesome. BNB, awesome. We had a lovely little pump today, and you can see, look, you don't make this thing up, guys. When you look at this, if you zoom into this, you can see how BNB, Binance Coin, literally found resistance. All right, and you don't make this up, right? Look, resistance, bang on this line, right? Bang on this drawing, on this actual box, because you know this is the resistance level, right? And it found resistance exactly there, nowhere else, exactly there, right? As usual, it does that. So we've had resistance there, absolutely fine. I mean, the top was very good. We went to almost $498, I believe. Let me just double check. 497, almost close to $498. Awesome. We almost hit that $500. So we were off by a couple of dollars, because we did say it's going to 500. Actually, I spoke to someone else privately and I said it's going to go to 500. But so far, so good. Again, higher high on the local time. So super solid. This is definitely going to attempt this. It might hover around a little bit, but eventually it's going to attempt. And hopefully once it breaks, then we should see it come and settle at the $520 level. When it settles there, create a new floor, all right, a new area, a new foundation for us to continue moving up. Super solid. Polkadot did that already, broke up, created its little foundation, created this support here, and it says, look, I want to stay around this level. And you can see this particular line here where it is bouncing right. It's been holding that as support for a few days now, which is awesome to see. So we know we're creating a foundation. We're about to spike up, obviously, as long as the market's still pumping. Solana, everybody's getting worried though. Solana, it looks very bad. No, Solana doesn't look bad. Solana broke out the channel, found support, came back down here and treating this as a support right now. So of course it's on a downward trend line, but it's actually treating this as a support. All Solana has to do is break above this one particular line, which is the $174 level approximately, for it to reverse the trend. It's going to get there, and when it does, you'll see how people actually react to it, right? Cardano, same story, right? Cardano is down here right now. Everyone thinks it's bearish. It's not. It's still trending upwards, right? All the highs and all the lows are still higher than the previous ones. In order for us to cancel all of this, we've got to just get above this one line, and then the market continues. So far, so good. Shiba, just going to look at this. Of course, it's been attempting, and you can see, look, you don't make this stuff up, right? When you can see these areas here, right? It comes and it's been finding rejection around this 30 level, right? Around the 0.000, I'll call it 30, it's easier, right? It's been finding rejection here, which is fine. So this has become a bit of a zone. Between these two areas, it's become a bit of a zone. But once it breaks that, guys, we are expecting to see up to 40. If not, then go, and this is the 40 I'm talking about. So around this 39.79, 40, and then basically go to the previous all-time high of 60. So that's what we're looking at, and I think it's going to do it. So patience, that's all you need. And you can see this beautiful floor here, basically how it's found support around here, and it's holding that. That was a great support area. E-gold looking awesome. Everybody thinks it's bearish. It's not. It's not bearish at all. It's still creating higher lows. Absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If anything, if anyone was to buy, and this is not a financial advice, but guys, if anyone was going to buy some e-gold and they missed it down here, missed it down here, missed it down here, well, this is another opportunity thrown at you. Literally an opportunity given back to you to enter. Even if you missed all of these prices, you've got another low here to buy, because after a low, we're going to see a pump, right? When we see a bump, now we're not that far, because the cancellation point is the $260. So once we pump over to the $260 level, we've reversed the trend. So that's going to be super solid. I don't need to talk too much about KCS. I told you how bullish I am on KCS, what I believe it's going to do. And look at this, the greater. So it's obviously come out of this channel, and you can see this greater trend line, which was formed from the 10th of April. It's finally just peaked above that today. Right, peaked above that. Of course, what we're expecting to see, and I'll draw this for you because I don't really want to draw too many, but just to show you, we're going to come here, probably test this, unless we can break this, then it's awesome. But we might test this, come back and bounce here, hold support. As long as we could do that, absolutely fine. This is exactly what we call a confirmation, and then attempt it again. Do you know what I mean? So it's going to take a few days, possibly even pump tomorrow. You never know. I mean, if what I'm expecting tomorrow, if the market decides to pump, it will shoot everything. Dollar still in an accumulation zone, still in a, you can see this channel being formed here, this square channel here. I mean, if I was to show you, right, you can see this triangle, rectangle, sorry, here, this is a channel. It's in this channel. Of course, it's a bit iffy, but provided the market's still being positive, it has got a massive chance to just shoot. And I think it's just going to make that one attempt and just basically break above this. As soon as it does that, there's no stopping it, because so far, it hasn't gone a penny less than this, and it hasn't gone a penny above this. So when you look at that, you're like, okay, this is a massive consolidation channel. Provided the market is still going up, this thing has a massive potential to break out, and it is a very, very hot coin in a lot of the exchanges. So let's see how that goes. I see Yambi saying might also be buy the hype, sell the news Wednesday. Be also on smash. Okay, that's fine. Not entirely, bro. Not entirely. Okay, what we know is traditionally it's usually buy the news, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? Now the news, the rumor was already outside, so obviously people anticipated. The news broke out today, so of course they could have dumped today, and it should have dumped, right, if anything was going to happen. But when we look at the open interest, when we look at the futures market, when we look at the longs and liquidations, and for example, I'll give you a good example of longs and liquidations, right? Let's just show you some longs. Let me show you some longs. It will be really, really awesome for you to see this actually. Here you go, right? So this is the number of longs, right? You can see the number of longs, and if you look carefully, you can see 30,721 long. And if we look at short, what you see here is 1,100. So you can see there are 30,000 long positions right now, right, compared to 1,100 shorts position. So you can see people are over bullish right now. Of course, we're going to go to the fear and greed as well, just to kind of do a nice little comparison to see, is it more greedy or more fearful? It's still greedy. It's not fearful, but it's still there. And that's because of yesterday. So currently sitting at 75. Not bad. I mean, 2 days in a row. I mean, this whole week's been like around the 70, 79. I ain't complaining, right? Also, when I look at the market, and I did do a refresh earlier on actually, while I was sitting in uni, this is looking super awesome. So you can see how the data is telling us how everything is looking super awesome, and it just wants to moon, right? KR's here, awesome, my brother, love you, bro. Thank you for joining us. So that's what we're seeing anyway. So let's go back into some of the other coins we were talking about. BitDAO is now finally coming to test this range that it has here. You can see it's come back. It's come to the $1.95. So any one of you received 1,000 of this for free, well, currently you have $1,950 worth for free, right? So I hope that all makes to you. You have $1,900 worth for free. You can go on the spot market and you can sell it right now. Adios, my amigos. That's it. But I'm keeping mine. I want to stake it and earn a little bit more. That's what I've been doing, staking the whole damn thing out of it. Staking the life out of it. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, other than that, majority of the market looking very good, right? Now, I think people are just getting, understanding a lot of things. I mean, you can look at all the coins. It doesn't make any difference, right? People are definitely wising up a little bit more. People are saying, well, guys, you know what? All of this news and this and that, why do we react to all of this stuff? If the whales want to sell it, well, let them sell it. Because guess what? As long as we don't sell, we end up buying from, we end up selling to them for a higher price. And that's what's going on right now. The battle, I think, has come back to the public, right? I think the people are winning this battle. People do not give a shit about any one of them. People don't give a damn about the news. People don't give a damn about anything. They're just continuing to buy. This is more like a euphoria stage. And if the institutions sell right now, they will have to buy more expensive from us. Because what they've realized on chain is that the hodler ratio, right? So the hodler, HODL ratio, is so high that people have been sitting on Bitcoin, buying and sitting on Bitcoin for 2-3 months, some people even 6 months to a year. So these are coins that haven't moved for a year. People are just strongly hodling, also adding to the positions, adding to the portfolio. And I'm talking about spot buys. And this ETF isn't even a spot ETF. It's got nothing. You're trading the Bitcoin futures, right? ETF, right? Which is a fake paper money, right? Paper thing. If that's what institutions want, good luck to them. I ain't interested, right? But so far, that's what's happening right now. Most people are holding the proper real Bitcoin. And of course, this market reacts. Market doesn't give a damn about institutions anymore. Market doesn't give a damn about anybody anymore. Market says, you know what, you do your thing, we do our thing. And Bitcoin says, well, do you know what, I'm still the king and everybody still supports me. And this is, you can see this like $1.1 trillion, right? We're only, I think we're only about $200 billion away from our previous high. And it's coming in. It's not that far. Look at this difference. It's not that far. Only about $1,500. That's nothing. When you look at percentage, right? It's minor. It's minuscule. This percentage is absolutely nothing, right? So let's go back to this one. And if we do compared to the all-time high, right, from where we are right now to the all-time high, guys, we're only 2.95%. I'm not, that probably even isn't accurate, right? We're only 3% away. I mean, what's that? 3%? We do that in a day. We do that in an hour sometimes. So expect this. This is coming. I'm telling you, this is going to be insane, right? When it does move, it's going to move, and people don't care. People are fed up. They don't give a damn about the news. They don't give a damn about JP Morgan. They don't give a damn about Jamie Dimon or anything like this. Everyone, even the institutions, they also believe that BTC is going to 100 and it's not something that they can stop. They also believe that. The only thing I am going to warn everybody though, we do have an options expiry coming soon, right? But let's have a look. Let's see what it does. I mean, on a trending market, as you can see, on a trending market, a slight dip, but there's no stopping it. There's a slight dip, but there's no stopping it. We are expecting a correction. Now, of course, if we pumped and done a brand new high, say, for example, we went to 70K, what's the low that we could expect? Well, we come back to this 61K. Do you know what I mean? That's the lowest we can expect. Of course, it's a $7,000 thing. You might be like, damn, this guy. No, 7,000 now has become more like 7-8%. If that makes any sense to you, right? So the higher the number, the percentage is ridiculous. It's nothing. If we had a 200K coin and we pumped and we dumped 10K, well, that's only 5%. It's nothing. We do that in a single candle, right? So understand the positive sides of certain things. Understand the fundamentals right now, because obviously, you know, when people ask me, what's the fundamental and this and that, and there's so many people out there, right? They talk about all of it. I mean, even today, I spent like almost 15 minutes explaining to somebody that, you know, everything is a scam until it's not a scam. And they're like, oh, I'm confused. I said, exactly, you know, because you have this perception that everything is a scam. Fair play, and everything is a scam until it's not. When it's distributed and when it's got this whole monetary system behind it, everybody's pumping their money, institutions, everybody. If the masses have agreed that it's not, and it's distributed and they've agreed it's not a scam, then it's not a scam anymore. And that's how I kind of evaluate some of my own, some of the coins that I look at. So it's one way. And it says BTC 1 million in 2030. Bro, trust me, I want to see it before that. Of course, 2030 is my exit. 2030, I'm disappearing. You do know that, right? I have said to everybody, 2030, I'm going to book myself a ticket on some, you know, I don't know, or some spaceship, and I'm going back home. I'm going to Mars. Actually, no, Mars is going to be a transit flight. So I'm going to go to Mars and then I'm going to Saturn. You know, I'm getting on a spaceship and I'm going to Saturn. That's what I want to do, right? I want to book my ticket to Saturn, you know? Because that's what's going to happen. I mean, why would we want to go to the moon when we can go beyond the moon, beyond Mars, go to Saturn, probably even Neptune, Pluto or whatever, right? We could probably go there, you know? And by all means, I'll tell you what, I'll go there. Even, I mean, you know, if BTC pumps to 2-3 mil, then why don't we just go to Planet X, Nibiru? You know what I mean, right? So that would be awesome, right? That's what we're gonna do. So let's see, man. Let's see what happens. I'm telling you, this BTC is now going to become a global reserve currency. You know, I've said this many times as well, guys. I said, look, for me, BTC as a payment system still doesn't work. I don't trust it as a payment system. I don't think it's efficient enough. I mean, what, 7 transactions a minute? Come on, it's not efficient. It's not realistic. Let's come out of the bubble, right? You know, out of this whole dream world, right? Out of the matrix. And let's look at reality. Reality is no. We've got companies and, you know, other solutions out there who can do, you know, 50,000 transactions a second. Forget a minute. They can do it a second. BTC can't do that. So it's not a payment system, but it's a great store of value. And that allows it to be a global reserve currency. So I can see this not probably be mainstream, but probably be a backup currency. Like, you know, your mainstream reserve currency right now is, you know, your money that you have, like your dollar or your pound or whatever, in whatever, you know, like Bank of England or Federal Reserve. That's your reserve, right? But they do have some gold, which they don't use as a reserve. They have some gold, but again, it's just an asset-backed value for, you know, other hedge funds and whatnot, and a few other like investments like bonds and this and that. But I think Bitcoin will be used as a secondary layer, right? As a digital layer. So if countries want to trade with each other and they need something as a reserve, then Bitcoin works as a great store of value. And remember, I said by 2030, Bitcoin's volatility will be stabilized. That means that as the more we progressed over time, Bitcoin's dumps are going to become less and less over time. So when we were seeing 100% dump, like a 99% dump, those have all shrunk now. Now we are seeing 55%, 45%. We'll probably see 40, 30, you know, 20, 10, 5, and then probably 2-3% like the stock markets. And that's when we know that Bitcoin has now been globally accepted. So this is not a bad thing. It's been globally accepted, and now it's a stable reserve currency controlled by the elite. Of course, I don't want to be in it because they control it. So by that time, listen, innovation will grow and we will have so many different things. And I probably have my own blockchain, right? And I'm sure all of you guys are going to come and support that one. So that's going to be really, really awesome. We're going to do something crazy like that. So let's have a look and see what's going on here. I got an alarm popping over. What's going on here? Hate alarms. And it says, gotta go, Habibi. Thank you very much, my Habibi. Thank you very much for coming to the show. Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's always a great start when we have viewers commenting on the show. Really does help. Exactly, you know, gives us a good thing, something to talk about as well. Gives us a conversation, and of course, you know, it's just one of those kind of things. Just, you know, it's a community thing, right? We keep it together. That's what it is. You know, we're all in it together. We're gonna make it together. We're gonna break it together. That's what's gonna happen. But we've got to also keep ourselves calm and everything. So far, we were calm, right? We knew that this ETF doesn't bother us. We know this ETF was a whole pile of crap. But none of this bothered us. We know the market decides what the market wants to do, and we know the short-term market was bearish in some aspects. For example, I talked about how the stochastic RSI was bearish, but the RSI itself wasn't bearish, right? Even though it looked like it, but it wasn't, because this can easily pump over this line and go to other highs. Doesn't matter. But we did look at the longer time, because the longer the data, the stronger the data, and the longer the data suggested to us that there's so much room to still go up. We can easily push up and take a little bit of a breather for a week or two, come back down here, but it doesn't make any difference for us. We can easily pump up and stay there for a very long time. And also when we look at the monthly data, we know how super bullish we are. And we could easily have, you know, this pump all the way up there in a month, maybe 2 months, but it doesn't matter. We can pump up to this. We know we can easily pump up to these levels here. You know, once we cross this line here, once we cross this blue line here, we might be in danger zone, but that's when we're going to start being cautious, right? We're going to start being cautious. But other than that, everything else is awesome. So today is a great day to celebrate. You know, they finally gave us a ETF. They finally gave us an ETF, even though it's a fake ETF. So who cares? Do you know what? A win is a win. Let's take it, guys. Let's take it. Let's take it, because it's the beginning of something. That's what I'm going to say. I mean, of course, what we want to see is the real stuff, right? We want to see 100% real Bitcoin backed futures, right? Bitcoin backed ETF. That's what we want to see, because that's what's going to give us value. That's what's going to create a supply shock, because in order for them to do a ETF, they must buy and hold Bitcoin. You know, they must buy and hold physical Bitcoin. That takes it offline, or you know, takes it off the market, at least creates a supply squeeze, right? So that's what I wanted to say. I mean, if you look at, let's go and look at this, for example. Let's refresh this. Hold on. Keep it on the battery. Okay, we've got 7%, guys. 7% on the battery, guys. We're doing all right. We're doing awesome on the battery. If you look at the exchange reserves right now, not much. Okay, we can see it's dipping down a little bit. We can see we have 2.38 million on all exchanges right now. So not much, not much. I mean, imagine this all dies out. It's gone. When it's gone, it's gone, right? There's no ifs and buts, right? When it goes, it goes. And currently you can see it's actually at a, technically, I mean, I would like to call it an all-time high. What I'm trying to say is basically the number of coins that have disappeared is really, really high for us right now. So we could easily have this squeeze. Of course, let's see what happens. We want to track the data and see exactly what's going on. Also, let's have a look at Grayscale BTC. Refresh this. I didn't refresh it from yesterday. Let's have a look and see what's going on. Ooh, this is a sign, guys. This is a sign. There's a dump coming. Look, you see this? How this popped from 15 to 20? This is a sign there is a dump coming. Whenever you see Grayscale giving massive discounts, means there's a dump coming. All right, that's what they do. So that is telling me that, you know, if you're trading, you should have your stop losses corrected right now. Go double check your stop losses and everything. Make sure they're all in place, because anytime now you could easily see a massive dump coming towards you. So please be cautious, because it's going to be very, very volatile. It could be even just a little bit of a shakeout. It could be manipulated data. We don't know. Remember, we don't know, right? Nobody knows what's going on. But so far, I can see liquidations. They're tired right now. Tired, getting wiped out like that. So that's all good. So far, so good. Really happy with seeing this particular data. But looking at this is giving me a warning. It's giving me a red flag. It's saying, oh, guys, be careful. There may be a little bit of a dump. These guys, or probably, do you know what? Probably they already dumped. Probably the investors have already dumped, thinking the market's going to go down, and that's why the GBTC premium is now at a 20% discount. This means that today, if you went out to buy a Bitcoin, right, which is at $62,000 and something, you would get a 20% discount if you bought the GBTC premium, right? However, remember, you got to hold it for 6 months, right, or something like that, and get yourself screwed. So be careful. But other than that, oof, beautiful, beautiful structures. Beautiful. I mean, I'm just looking at this. These are just beautiful structures. I mean, I don't know if you see this. This is what I see. I see this beautiful, beautiful structure here. Beautiful structure here, right? I mean, this is just beauty. I'm telling you. This is just beauty. This is just pure, pure beauty. So yeah, I mean, lovely. We got creating another platform and moving. Of course, this chart as well, guys. I just want to quickly update you guys. There's going to be a few updates on this chart, so next time when you see it, you may not see it the same way. I am going to make a few adjustments. Actually, why don't I just do it now? So I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. So there's a few adjustments I just want to do, basically. You know, we're going to keep this box. I'm going to get rid of this box now, because this is not quite relevant for us right now. I will leave something behind, right? So what I will leave is... Actually, no, it's not relevant. So right now, this is the only boxes that is actually quite relevant. Other than that, nothing else is relevant. So I'm just going to save this, so that way we don't get confused, right? So now we have a clean chart. We have a clean area. And also, very soon, I'm going to also adjust this line as well. So right now, this is how it's going to stay. So remember this video, we adjusted a few bits and bobs. I'm going to leave it there for now and then continue and see what the market does. But so far, so good. Everything's looking super, super positive. Market's pumping like hell. It doesn't give a damn. We still have a few more hours left. As you can see, we have 9 hours and 53 minutes remaining for the market to close. I mean, the day to close, of course, right? But so far, if you look at this daily, you can see it's a higher high. I ain't complaining. I'm going to take anything that's given to me right now. Even if we close here, it doesn't matter. Every high that we can do, or everything we can do on a sideways channel here, is another area of support that we're building. We're building some strong fundamental supports before we move off, before we lift off. I mean, think about it. You can't launch a spaceship. You can't launch a spaceship on soft ground, right? You got to have some sort of a hard foundation. Do you know what I mean? And totally depends on the dimension, the width, the weight of your spaceship. And we know this is the dominant, the most dominant, the king. So of course you got to calculate the weight, you know, the depth, the speed, you know, how much fuel you're going to need, everything, and create a foundation here. I'm talking like Tesla, aren't I? Damn, I should have owned SpaceX, right? One day, do you know what? But that's what it is. So yeah, we're about to have a massive lift up. We're about to have a massive lift up. And if we do 70, 74, you know, these numbers here that I had at one stage, where was it? Not there. I did have it here. Oh my god, why would I not? So I had it here. As you can see, every line is relevant. I told you guys to frame this. Every line is relevant, and you can see our targets. So we have a 66,000 target, which we did have previously. We didn't reach that, but we are going to go to 66, and then we got 71 target. And once we hit the 71,456, guys, all of these lines I will take off. This whole chart, I'm literally going to press one button and delete everything and then restart again, because it's got a lot of mess. It's a very old chart, and I thought, you know what, I need to start taking some of this stuff off, right? Because it does get a bit messy. But that's what we got. Our target is 71,456. So note that number. That's our target. And then we got to, after that level, we're going to decide where we want to go. So far so good. Ain't complaining. But other than that, guys, I hope you all have a great day. Have a great day. Battery's sitting at 4%, but it's okay. So have a great day, and don't panic too much. Of course, you know, there will be a little bit of a iffy market, maybe a bit of a shaky, but traditionally we know every week we've seen this week in, week out. Wednesdays are usually a good day. You know, Wednesdays are usually a good day. Mondays are usually a bad day. Tuesday, nothing really much happens, but today we are seeing some action. This is telling us that market wants to move. Of course, one other thing I didn't check, guys, and that's very important, guys, very important. It's one way of finding out whether the market is bullish or not. Volume, guys. No, look, there's no volume. These volume are pathetic. So be very cautious. These volume are absolutely pathetic. I mean, when you compare the volume to 37 billion to 1.18 trillion, that's pathetic. When you compare 16 billion to 450, that's pathetic, right? I'll give you a good example of a really good coin, right? Give me a second. Let me try and find something. I'll give you a good example of a really good assessment of something, right? It will make total sense to you. It will make total sense to you. So here, for example, we have a coin that has, okay, this is USD, so that's not a really good comparison. Here's a good comparison. For example, you've got $12 billion and almost $2.6 trillion here. Sorry, there's $2.6 billion here as the volume. Awesome. That's what we want to see. We want to see a good, nice little 10% or a little bit more, right? So that's close enough. That's really not that bad, right? Here's a good one. Look at this one. 2.7 billion on a 11 billion coin. Look at that. Isn't that, I mean, that's like over 10%, right? So that's like 20%. So when you look at this kind of volume, that's the kind of movements we want to see, not some stupid, pathetic movements like this, right? So just be cautious. That's what I'm trying to say. Of course, there is a pullback coming. That's for sure. There will be a pullback solely because, remember, guys, all right, we've had a good run up right now, right? Since we broke out of this zone here, since the 1st of October, you can see we've had a lovely little run up, right? Every day's been pretty much a good day, right? You know, even the lows have been a good day. You can't continue forever, right? So we are going to see some sort of a pullback, and of course the pullback may bring us back you know, to these levels here, this particular level. And I have mentioned the 57 before. It might bring us back to the 57. As long as it's around the 57, it's fine. Possibly if we go higher, we might even come back to 60 again. It's fine. So any pullback that brings us back to these support levels is absolutely fine. So remember, the support levels are the bottom of these candles. This is the support level, this is the support level, this is the support level. And of course, these lines are not 100% accurate, guys. Remember, I drew these lines months and months and months ago. I drew these lines God knows how long ago, right? So please do understand, these were done before these numbers even existed. All right, hope this kind of makes sense. We drew these lines when we were down here somewhere, when we were sitting here somewhere back in December, January or November, I can't remember, but we did it in the early videos. These lines were drawn somewhere around here, so none of this existed, and yet all these lines are relevant and all these lines are ticking, right? So of course there may be a little bit of an imbalance, because that, remember, I don't have a crystal ball, they didn't exist. But other than that, guys, like, share, subscribe, smash that like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And I'm going to catch you on another one. Also join the Discord community, you know, if you want to talk after the show, and there's other people out there as well. If you have questions or whatever, I'm sure some people would be able to answer it for you. But other than that, guys, I'm going to leave because I'm at 2% right now, 2% right now. So I'm gonna kill the stream, and I want to just say have a good day, and thank you very much for everyone to come for coming to the show. Thank you very much for coming and making the show awesome. So I've got something to talk to, someone to talk to. And I did mention yesterday, actually, I was going to do a late night stream, but I think nobody was looking on Discord, so I didn't bother anyway. But other than that, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you on another one very soon. Adios, my amigos. I'll see you tomorrow.